Today, Saturday, the 9th of November 2024, we have our handpicked match predictions to share with you, which will be backed up by some stats and analytics to help you make your picks in this list to boost your winning by a greater percent. And to those of you who want to access our game predictions for members only, which we have just recently shared our top 10 match prediction picks with huge odds to take your winning to the next level, then of course you want to make sure that you join the Level 2 Pro membership package plan to start to have access to members only videos and match prediction picks to take your winning to the next level. The link is below this video. To those of you who want to join, you can click directly on it, navigate and join to become a member to benefit from all of these features. So without wasting time, I'm going to begin with the first match picks of our today's list. Looking at the first match prediction event, we are looking at Spain La Liga, a match between Real Madrid against Osasuna. For this event, of course, looking at the recent performance of Real Madrid, they have proved to be good based on recent events they've had, especially against Dortmund, Celta de Vigo, and Villarreal. And looking at that of its opponent, on the other hand, they have mostly had events mostly only in the La Liga and as well as in the Copa del Rey. Looking at the comparison of the form, you can see that Osasuna sits on the second position. They've had 5 games played, 9 goals scored, and 5 conceded. Real, on the other hand, is also good at scoring, and the defense is not very tough. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at 2 major picks in this event in full time. For this tournament, of course, both of the two sides are impressive in terms of goal scoring. And since the defense is not very tight, we want to look at goals probability as one of the best occurrence here. At least 1.5 goal in full time or 2 goals over is our major pick for this particular event. Looking at the next, we are looking at Germany in the Bundesliga, a match between Bochum against Bayer Leverkusen. The recent performance of Bochum have proved that they are very conceded. They are very high in terms of conceding power, and the defense is very weak. But that of Bayer Leverkusen, on the other hand, proved to be better. Comparing the stance of these two, especially based on form, these two teams here, based on the form table, Bayer Leverkusen, which is the away team, proved to be on a better stand in terms of the form table. Here, looking at the form, you can see Leverkusen here sitting on the 6th position. They have had 7 goals scored for 5 events played and 6 conceded. The opponent, on the other hand, proved to be very conceding. They have conceded 22 goals for just 5 events played. The defense is very weak, and looking at everything in place, we want to look at 2 major picks here in full time. For this particular event, the home team is very weak at defense, and since Leverkusen is average or better in terms of offense, we are looking at Leverkusen to take advantage of the weak defense of the home to lead this match in full time. We're looking at least 1.5 goal in this event in full time. Looking at the next, we are looking here in the Wales Premier League, a match between Bettingn against Flint. For this event, the home team have proved to be good in terms of scoring based on recent events they have had. That of the opponent, on the other hand, is very much conceding. You can see here, based on the stand comparison of these two, looking at the form table, we are going to see that Bettingn, which is the home team, sits here on the better place. They sit on the second position. They have had 5 events, 3 wins, 14 goals scored, and 4 conceded. Very offensive and defensive. But that of the away proved to be very, very much conceding. The defense is very weak, and as a result, we want to look at 2 major picks here in full time. For this tournament, the performance of the home is very offensive, and the defense is tight. But that of the away have weak defense, and the offense is not that good. Therefore, we want to look at the home to take advantage of the weak defense of the away to lead this match in full time, as well as the probability of at least 1.5 goal to occur in this match in full time. Looking at the next, we're looking at Czech Republic in the 3rd league, a match between, that is in the 3rd Liga, a match between Trinec against Nojmo. For this event, the home performance have proved to be better comparing to that of the away, who also they are good in terms of goal scoring. But of course, looking at the stance comparison of these two in terms of the form, you're going to see that these two teams, Trinec and Notmo, here sits on position 3 and position 6. While Trinec, which is a home, is more offensive. You can see for 5 events played, they have 4 wins, 12 goals scored, and 5 conceded. The opponent, on the other hand, is not very good at offense, and the defense is better, but the offense is not that strong. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at 2 major picks here in full time. For this event, the offense of the home is very strong as compared to that of the away. And since the home is better at offense, we want to look at the home to lead this match in full time, or to look at least the possibility of either a double chance or 1.5 goal in this event in full time. Looking at the next, we're looking at Estonia in the Mestre Liga, a match between Flora against Halima Khalif. The home performance you can see here, they do concede much recently. That of the away, also they do concede and also try to score. But looking at the recent gameplay they have had in terms of the stand form comparison of these two, based on 5 events they have had, you're going to see that Flora, which is the home, sits here on the better place. For 5 events played recently, they have had 13 goals scored and 8 conceded. The opponent, on the other hand, is not very good in defense, and the offense is weak. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at two major picks in full time. For this event, the performance of the home is better. And since the defense is better and the defense of the away is not tight, we want to look at the home to lead in full time. We're just looking at least 1.5 going full time, since both defense of the two sides are not very tight. So 1.5 goal is our major pick for the home to try to lead this event in full time. Looking at the next, we're looking at Latvia in the Veseliga, a match between Uda against Meta. The home team, Uda, based on recent events they have had, have shown that they are good in terms of goal scoring. The opponent, on the other hand, concede as much as they can, and comparing the stands in terms of the form table of these two recent performances they have had in this event, we're going to see that both of these two sides, especially that for Uda, sits here on the better place. They have had 11 goals scored for 5 events, 4 conceded, and comparing to that of Meta, the defense is weak and the offense is not very tight or strong as compared to that of Uda. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at two major picks here in full time. The offensive power of Uda is stronger, and the defense of the away is not tough. We want to therefore look at Uda, the home team, to try to take advantage of the not tough defense of the away to lead this match in full time, with a probability of at least 1.5 goal in this event in full time. Looking at the next, we'll still look at Latvia vs Liga, but this time Valmiera against Tukums. For this event, Valmiera have proved to come to very offensive, scoring 2 to 3 goals per each event. The opponent, on the other hand, is more conceding and the defense is very weak. Looking at the comparison of these two in terms of recent events they have had based on form, you're going to see that Valmiera, which is the home, proved here to sit on a better place. For 5 events played, 12 goals have been scored and 10 conceded. But that of Tukums is very weak in defense. For 5 events played, 19 goals have been conceded recently, and looking at everything in place, we want to look at two major picks in full time. For this tournament, of course, the home team is offensive, but the defense of the away is very weak. And since the away performance or considered goal ratio of the away is very high, the home is going to take advantage of the weak defense of the away. We therefore want to look at the home to lead in full time. We're looking at least 1.5 goal to occur in this match in full time. Looking at the next, we're looking at Czech Republic in the Fortuna League, a match between Ostrava against Dukla Prague. Looking at Ostrava, they are very offensive based on recent events they have had. That of the away have proved to concede more. Looking at the comparison of these two in terms of recent events they have had, especially based on the form table, you're going to see that Ostrava, which is the home team, proved to sit on a better stand here. You can see on the 4th position, they have scored 9 goals for 5 events played, conceding 7. But that of the opponent, on the other hand, is more conceding and the defense is not very tough. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at two major picks in full time. For this event, the home team proved to be better, and the away, even though they are also not that very tough in terms of defense, we want to look at the fact that both of the two sides might want to impress. So 1.5 goal is our major pick for this particular event in full time. Looking at the next, we're looking at Germany in the Regional Liga Southwest, a match between Offenbach against Gopinja. For this event, the home team have proved that they do score, but the defensive power also is not that very tight, comparing to that of the away, who also try to score at least 1 goal per every event. Looking at the stand comparison of these two, we are looking here at the form based on recent event they have just had, and looking at this form table here, we're going to see that this Gropinga, which is the away, have proved that they are good in terms of goal scoring and the defense is not very tight. The opponent as well is good in terms of goal scoring. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at two major picks in full time. For this event, both of the two sides are good in terms of goal scoring and the defense is not very tight. This gives us the opportunity of at least 1.5 goal to occur in this match in full time. This is our major pick for this particular event. Looking at the next, we're looking at Turkey in the first league, a match between Kare Guruk against Yeni Malatyaspor. In this event, the home proved to be better in terms of recent event they have had, comparing to that of the away, which is very weak. And looking here at the recent performance in terms of the stand comparison of form of these two, the home team Karagumruk proved to be better in terms of form. And looking at the fact that here they sit on the better place on the table in the seventh position, 10 goals scored for 5 events, that is very defensive and good at offense. The opponent, on the other hand, proved to concede very much, 14 goals for 5 events concede, and they score just 2 for 5 events. As a result, we want to look at two major picks here in full time. For this particular event, of course, the home will take advantage of the very weak defense of the away to lead this match in full time. We're looking at a double chance for the home team, or at least over 1 goal for the home team in this event in full time. Looking at the next, we're looking at Germany in the Bundesliga, a match between St. Pauli against Bayern Munich. For this event, the performance of St. Pauli recently have proved that they do score at least between 2 to 3 goals per each event. And looking at the performance of the away, Bayern Munich, they are also very offensive in terms of recent event they have had. Comparing these two in terms of recent event game played they have had, especially the form of these two, we are going to see that Bayern Munich, which is the away team, have shown to prove to stand here on the better place, the second of the table, very offensive, 5 event played, 16 goals scored, 4 conceded. The defense is good, but that of the home, St. Pauli, is not very good at offense, and the defense is just average. And looking at everything in place here, we want to look at two major picks in full time. For this tournament, the offense of the away Bayern Munich is very tough, and therefore we want to look at high shots on and off target by Bayern Munich, leading to the fact that either Bayern Munich is going to lead this match in full time, or looking at the possibility of at least 1.5 goal to occur in this match in full time is our major pick. One, Bayern Munich to lead. Two, at least 2 goals to occur in this match in full time. Looking here at the next, we are looking at England in the Championship, a match between Leeds against Queen's Park Rangers. For this event, of course, Leeds, which is the home, have proved here to be better in terms of recent event they have had. That of its opponent, on the other hand, is not that very tough. And looking at the stance comparison of these two in terms of form, recent league games they have had, we're going to see that Leeds, which is the home team, proved to sit here on the better position. And for 5 events played, they have had 7 goals scored, 2 conceded. They are very defensive, but that of the opponent, on the other hand, is more conceding. And as a result, we want to look at two major picks here in full time. For this tournament, of course, Leeds, which is the home, is better. We want to look at the fact that it needs to take advantage of the weak defense of the away. That is Leeds to win or give it a double chance for this event in full time is our major pick. Looking at the next, we're looking at Norway in the first division, a match between Egersund against Sandnes. For this event, Egersund, the home team, proved here that they are very conceding. The opponent, on the other hand, also proved to be very conceding. Looking at the recent event they have had, based on the comparison in terms of form, these two teams, Egersund and Sandnes, proved here that they sit here on position of the table almost of equal strength, and they want to fight against each other. And as a result, we are looking at two major picks here in full time. For this event, both of the two sides want to impress, leading to more shoot, off target, blocks, and corner kick is going to occur. So we want to look at 6.5 or 7.5 corners for this event in full time. Looking at the next, we're looking at Bulgaria in the Premier League, a match between Levski Sofia against September Sofia. For this event, of course, looking at the recent performance of the home, they proved to be good. That of the opponent, on the other hand, concede very much. Looking here at the stand comparison of these two in terms of recent events they have had, the form comparison will prove that Levski Sofia, which is the home, sits on a better place. As you can see, Levski, even though the offense is not that very tough and the defense is not that very strong, these are two teams of almost equal strength. But the home team want to take advantage of the home, the fact that they are coming home, want to look at two major picks here in full time. For this particular event, of course, the home will try every possibility to try to lead. We want to look at double chance for the home, since it is going to try to take advantage of the home. Therefore, either the home to lead or looking at a double chance for the home is what we want to look at for this event in full time. Looking at the next event here, we are looking at Netherlands in the Eredivisie, a match between NAC Breda against PSV Eindhoven. Looking at this, of course, the home team proved to be more conceding. PSV Eindhoven, on the other hand, also proved to be very offensive. Looking at the recent event they have had in terms of the games recently based on form comparison of these two, we are going to see that PSV Eindhoven proved to sit on the better place. And looking at PSV Eindhoven here, they sit on the second position, very offensive and defensive. That of the away, on the other hand, is just average. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at two major picks here in full time. For this event, PSV Eindhoven have proved to be more offensive. We want to look at it to try to lead this match in full time or to give it a double chance. These are our major pick for this event in full time. Looking at the next, we're looking at France in the Ligue 1, a match between Angers against Paris Saint-Germain. For this event, Paris Saint-Germain, on the other hand, have proved to be better in terms of recent event they have had. And looking at the comparison in terms of recent event they have had, here comparing the form of these two, PSV, that is PSG, have proved to be on a better form. Sitting here on the first, they are very offensive, the best here on this table. 5 event played, 4 lead, 12 goals scored, and 4 conceded. Its opponent, on the other hand, proved to be more conceding. The defense is not very strong. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at two major picks in full time. For this event, we want to look at the away PSG to lead in full time, as well as the possibility of at least 1.5, since they will want to take advantage of the weak defense of the home. Therefore, the away is looking at the fact that we want to look at the away to lead this match, or at least the possibility of 1.5 goal in this event in full time. And to those of you who want to access our handpicked top 10 events based on our best 1.5 and 2.5 goal event with each ought to take your winning to the next level, then of course you want to make sure that you join the level 2 pro plan to start to have access to members only match prediction picks and video tutorials to take your winning to the next level. The link is below this video description. You can click on it, navigate and join to take advantage of all of membership videos, as well as membership pick prediction, which we share to members only. Good luck and see you again in the next upload, and bye bye for now.